We hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Feel us breathe upon your face.
So,
Feel our ships every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Yeah. Looks, runs. I can crawl again, but your luck runs out time.
so they've already done the picks and bans and such. At least the non-tiebreaker ones. So the bans were... Wait a minute. Gotta get the usual tunes going here. There we are. And shuffle. So, the ban of Chromaniac's team was Command. What's up, Wildcat? Red Dynasty, everyone in the chat. Ban of Chromaniac was Command. The ban of Putty's team was Sprinta. And the picks... One of them is surprising, one is not. Chromaniac's pick is Prixon, that's the surprising one. And Overflow is the pick of Putty, which of course is not surprising whatsoever. Surprised I was not banned out by Chromaniac. That's obviously the best map for Putty's team. Spread the word, everyone. The match that has never happened, that we've been waiting forever, is finally going to happen. Why is it showing black screen? What the fuck? Perhaps now. I had to use my old casting UT because OBS has been doing this weird shit lately where they randomly, like, the filters on game capture don't work anymore. So on my newer UT that I've been casting on recently, all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore, so it's dark as fuck. So I had to go back to the OG one. Let me know if the brightness and shit like that is all okay, by the way, because I haven't used this particular casting UT in a very long time. Shit. So, by the way, these two teams actually played each other once. I saw that this morning. They were not in the same group, but they happened to face each other in the like, cross, the bye-week match, where you play against someone else in another group during group stage. Putsy's team did win that one. It was a 2-1, though. Very close. Every map that was played in that particular match was won by only one cap by each team. Iztac was won by Putty's team 2-1. Sprinta was won by Chromaniac's team 3-2, and that was the ban in this time, by the way. And Command was won 4-3 by Putty's team, which was the ban of Chromaniac this time. So going on their previous match, for sure. don't know which map is first. I think it's Brixton. Is my counterpart here? By the way, someone tell me if Oh, by the way, everyone, special surprise. The man, the OG, you all know him, you all love him, the casting desk OG, Lusick is back here on the desk. We've all waited so long for this match to happen that we had to bring in old Lou back again for this one. Welcome, Lou.
Thank you. I mean, I'm so behind in this cup as well. I just occasionally look in the Draft Cup channel sometimes, and I haven't seen an announcement for a game for quite a while. So, you know, naturally you think, is it over? You check in, and then we've waited 3 weeks.
It should be over. So. It should be over, but I suppose we don't need to get into that. But we have been waiting a long time for this one. I actually didn't even realize when I signed up for it. I saw Saturday. I assumed it was for the Saturday of that week I signed up to cast it, and it ended up being a few weeks after that. But in any case, it's finally happening. The other 3 teams patiently waiting, and I forget who does the winner of this play? Is it BAM? I believe.
I think so. Yeah. I did actually have a look at this a few minutes ago, but I completely forgot.
So did I. It's an old man thing. The short-term memory, it completely goes. It gets worse as you continue to age, Lewis. I'm sorry to say.
Oh man, god damn it. Yeah, so yeah, they do go on to play BAM, and then in the other group you have FA and X4 fighting on Monday by the looks of it.
Ah, excellent, excellent indeed. Well, I think that will be good. I mean, we'll see what happens here. My personal thought was I think BAM is, in my opinion, favored. Either BAM or Putsy's team, I think, are the 2 strongest right now. But you never know. Obviously, FA has had moments where they look really strong, but anyway, we can think about those matches in the future. For now, who do you like in this one, Lou?
It's quite. This is a tough one, to be fair, because
it is.
Putsy's actually drafted himself a really good team here, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You've got obviously Putsy, who can both flex both positions when need be. You've got Crazy N, who's playing really well at the moment. Saltos also making a massive improvement. I feel like he's gotten a lot better as well lately as they click 6v4. And they've got Spitter in as well. I'm not sure if he's a sub or if he's part of the team.
No, he's part of the team.
Yeah, and then you have Monster as well, who's always going to do the dirty work when it comes to the fragging side of things as well. So overall, the balance of this team is actually not too bad. I do also like the other team though. It depends really what Marco is going to be doing here. I mean, you see Nebu, in my opinion, Nebu is probably one of the best defenders. I'm not even kidding. That guy is something else to play against.
Yeah,
with
he can be
Hinder, I'm
frustrating.
guessing as well. Yeah, so you've got the opposite kind of thing on the opposite side as well, where you've got DB and Marco that can neutralize Putsy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to get caught up too much trying to backtrack on him. You're just not going to create that pressure, especially Silverwing on his own. So I wouldn't want to see like a man-to-man marking. I'd like to see a bit more sort of aggression, especially on this map when it comes to just they're playing 6v4.
I know. And that's a good
got another
start.
situation
Spitter clicking in on the wrong team. But yeah, everything you said is quite correct. I do like the approach Putsy took drafting this team. It's kind of locked in. You have Saltos, Crazy, and D every map. Allows them to attack. I think, like, the whole key, like you said, to beat Putsy's team is to focus Putsy. I think if you're able to just focus him from taking over the game on attack, there isn't a ton of threat beyond him. I mean, you're dealing with Spitter and Monster, right? So if you slow Putsy down, you're gonna have a much better chance in the game.
Yeah, and I think it's just a case of like you get a tag in mid on him every now and then. You know, you don't need to completely chase him the entire game because you're gonna lose out on the pressure on their base anyway. So with DB and Marco, I mean, Marco attacking lately has been really strong. Haven't seen him play much iCTF lately, but definitely can get the job done. Both of those two as well. See DB again. Crazy N as well. Gotta give him his flowers here as well. Been playing with him in PUGH a lot lately, and probably one of the most improved players this draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. He could be quite good. He's solid. Like his comms too. Anytime I played with the guy on defense, definitely no issues there. He's a strong player, and he seems to have a pretty good chemistry with Saltos. They've been defending together all season long. Is both flags out right now. We actually watch Monster drop it near left mid. Where is DB? You see him trying to stall right here on the flagram. That's a nice spot. I think they have no idea where he is, Lewis. And he's coming out towards the high left side. Into his high. Comes DB. Are they going to take an early lead right here? They have no idea where he is. And oh, clutch counter grab by Spitter. He drops it though. DB buying time. Nebu returns it. And that's an early 1-0 for the... what? I don't even know what this team is called. What is that? Is it supposed to be a train or something? That tag?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know at this point. It's a Marco thing. No one can question it. Pretty much, it's just an easy run, really, wasn't it? Not really anything on DB. Free to run. The cover in base and the seal, absolutely lovely. Spitter with a presence of mind just to try and grab that flag and put it low mid as well, just to try and get the action away from that one spot. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Always the right play. So, it's early doors. It's one, nearly 2 minutes in. So much more to play, but really good stuff from DB. Good positive gameplay.
Yeah, I think it was one of those where it was one of those perfect timing scenarios. DB was grabbing as at least 2, maybe 3 members of PUGH's attackers were inside Red's base, and DB was able to kind of freely get out. He was smartly waited in his high for the base to be cleared, and clutch kill and return by Nebu, and that's a good start. I mean, I was a little questionable on the map pick of Prixon here. Not what I expected to see, but obviously they had a game plan going in, and so far it looks like a good pick for them.
So I'm guessing this is the train's map pick.
It is the train, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Judging by the chat, I don't think it's a train, but you know what? We can go with train.
No one said anything.
Look, you guys can't expect Lou and I to know what that is, okay? If it's I think it's some like thing in the interworlds, the gay community or something, and it's like some secret tag that no one knows about. I'm sorry, I don't know about it. You're gonna have to educate us. But for now, we're going with the train.
We're all for it. That's the thing. We're
yes.
We're inclusive and everything like that. So.
I mean, the train, train could somehow be in the inner way. Okay, we're going too deep with this. Putsy is going up towards the high left side. He's gonna make it over here. He did have a cover with him. I believe it was Spitter. That's a clutch kill by Nebu near the left mid side, and Silverwing. Shocked. I'm bi-curious. You know what? If it's with Lou, then yes, I would say I am. But beyond that, no.
It sounds like Shox is just finding out his information, got his notepad ready, just every little detail, every little attention to detail.
I mean, he's got to see if anyone else is down as well with his own way, right? So I respect it. That's all good. Spitter leading in grabs, by the way.
Yeah, I agree that I mean, Putsy with 3 as well. You got Spitter with 4, so they are both kind of sharing the responsibility as well. Putsy can bust out a flag on his own if he wants to, and just hit everything. So it's not out of the question. It's the way that you need to play. You don't want the same flag carry all the time. The plays become too predictable.
No, that's for sure true. DB with a run out low mid there made a nice kill on the Putsy who fell back from the side, but eventually returned there. And you see DB's the only one with grabs, by the way, on the unknown team, whatever they're called there. Putsy, he's going to drop it out high. Getting that early cap allows Red to really play a lot more defensive, and I don't know if they're actually playing 4D. It's definitely only DB grabbing thus far. This is going to be difficult for PUGH to come back here, it seems.
Yeah, I'm looking at DB on the attack. Marco is in mid, so I don't think it's a 4D. I think it's kind of like a 2-2-1 formation essentially, with being a bit more aggressive on the push-up, so defenders staying in base, not pushing up at all, and then you just got the mid players pushing up. They don't really need to overcommit as defenders anyway, so I mean, it certainly could work, but it just depends on how long that they can sustain the amount of pressure building on them, which isn't a lot at the moment, I have to say.
It is a lot. It is a lot. Yeah, you're right. Marco is definitely playing full mid. I would be curious to know if he was going to play this role regardless, or if it's because they have that early cap. Is Silverwing still? Have you watched him at all? Is he pushing forward He's actually inside his base.
No, he's in base. They are playing pretty much like a 3 in base Steve, 1 outside, and DB attacking.
Oh
only.
wow.
I'm not a big fan of that on this map.
Yeah.
With it only being like a quick grab and 1 or 2 kills away from potentially being out.
Well, as we say that, Marco came in for his first grab of the game, and it's a nice runs over up high. He did have DB with him, and DB picks up that one, and there was a cover kill onto PUGH there. DB's into his high. If they cap this, that's going to be bad news for PUGH, and it looks like he's going to. Awkward entry towards the flagrant there. It's going to be killed, and it's saved. Brick fucking wall. That was definitely not the Saltos that was on my team on Nuance earlier, and what a fucking save right there. Giving his team a chance to come back. That you saw that it was really awkward the way the DB was coming down towards his flag there. It was kind of straight line. He got caught up on one of his teammates there. It was a little ugly in that bad entry. It looked like they were going to cap 2-0, but that's a big time save right there by Saltos, giving PUGH a chance to claw their way back. And Spitter trying to do that right here, trying to leave it on the left side. He is fighting 1 and make it 2. No one can hit him though. Finally killed by Hinder, but is PUGH going to pick up that one? He got a multi-kill, but Silverwing, big return there.
Circled the flag, yeah, absolutely. And Spitter in the base again, so a lot of pressure from Spitter and PUGH at the moment. But I'm not, with this flag route as well, I'm not ever a big fan of like transferring from the inner to high and then back out again. I always much prefer that just running out in mid, having a shit show, hopefully relying on the spawns as well, and then if you're going on the outer sides of it as well, it becomes a lot harder to retain that flag and to even return it. So it depends on how much they want to gamble.
Yeah, I suppose so. So you're saying you don't like using the high tunnels when you're running?
It's too much of a cutoff in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the high route. I'm okay with kind of go out there near the armor area, but I'm never a big fan of trying to go high here. There's just, you got the 2 opposite spawns. And most likely, by the time that you've got the spawn algorithm, they're most likely going to spawn there, so you're always going to be running into trouble.
That is true. I think utilizing the high tunnels, it can be quite effective, just because, especially if you're alone, it's a safe way to cut off sight lines. Like, especially once you're mid, as PUGH is right now, and we're watching him try to get in on the right side there. That was a clutch kill by Hinder and Marco on the return. It is a good point. I mean, it's a lot of it, like on any map, is, you know, you're hoping for a bit of luck with people not spawning on you and everything.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, luck plays a factor in everything. It's just kind of how much luck do you need for that to happen? And if you're going high, you're not going to have it with you all the time. But if you're running the side, you've only got the 1 spawn to really look for. And then you do have the defenders that can push through that mid door to snipe anyone as well. And you've also got one of your players must be spawning high at that point to cover as well. It's just as a timing aspect, it makes more sense. Leaving it out low or leaving it out on the sides. That's just.
So if you leave it on the side, we'll hold that thought for a minute. Is DB, he's made it all the way to his base on the left side. That's a nice run, but PUGH just had an ultra kill, and he's leaving the red base right now on his left side. Big call on Anibu. We're gonna get a cross steal here, Lewis. It kind of looks like we're going to, unless someone can make a big call there. They can't. Silverwing taken down, and we do have a cross steal. And that's actually killed by Silverwing inside the base there. They're going to pick up that one. Saltos does. So, needless to say, a rather important cross steal here. If, we're just going to call this team Train. I've had it. We just got to go with Train. If Train wins this flag standoff, Lewis, it's surely all over with 5 minutes left now. So, critical flag standoff in the game right here.
I'd imagine so. Yeah, if it's 2-0 here, DB is not going to go attacking anymore. Rightly so. And you saw that as well, as we were just saying, both flags leaving on the left side, both of them having the cover and the timings, and very fortunate enough for PUGH to get that flag out at the same time as well, and that's probably going to be the best opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. That is a great point, Lewis. And when you're facing a ton of defense the way that PUGH's team was, often that is when you're going to find an opening when the opposing team is pushing up to try to get that extra cap, which I think happened right there. They pushed their left side to help DB get home, and that allowed PUGH to make it out of the base. So we'll see what happens here. Critical flag standoff, 4.5 minutes left. It looks like it's been, well, actually pretty even chances, I suppose, to return this so far. What do you think of the back ramp addition here, Lewis? It certainly is a lot easier probably than it was before to put an end to these standoffs.
It's kind of like a hit and miss, really. I do like it, the fact that it is a little bit easier to retrieve the flag, because it was quite annoying, especially when you've got those high spawns and you get killed, you're just getting shot in the back every time you go at the bouncer.
Yes.
But also as well, you do have the cover. If someone comes in from the other side, you can use that ramp on the opposite side as a bit of cover. So it's a good
True.
balance change, I think, actually, for this map.
Yeah, it definitely needed it. I think it's a great change. It does buff defending the flight carrier a little bit in these situations, having those ramps to stand on, like you say, but just the main issue before was the inability to actually make the return after killing it, especially as we watch PUGH just do that through high. Spinner returned it! And that's a score in a tie game. There, you saw PUGH made the kill. We watched him make the kill high, and I guess there's perfect timing as Spinner came up the ramp. And as we talk about it, that's what allowed for that return to happen, the addition of those ramps, and it's a tie game now, Lewis, with just over 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and I think it goes... the fact that only Marco was returning this one, I believe. They had 4 on base. They had DB on the flag, which I do definitely agree with. You want probably a really strong player having that flag. That used to be my role as well, as an attacker, is holding that flag in the cross steals. But to be honest with you, if you're only retrieving that with 1, you are going to have all of this attack trying to come and retrieve this. So you're always going to be a 3 versus 1 in mid for 1, and then it's just 0 pressure in their base.
Yeah, that is quite true. It's a tough approach, right? They wanted to play it safe there, but if you don't have a good threat to actually make that return, it gets tricky, and your base can start to get overwhelmed a little bit there, and that's perhaps what happened as 2 came in at the same time, and it allowed for the return. I don't know, do you think they would have been better off having 1 returning with Marco there? Even if it's like an indirect returning, you know what I mean? Like a defensive, like you're
Absolutely.
on return, but when you see someone, you kind of go for the back shot, that sort of thing.
I completely agree. You want 1 acting as the mid player and 1 actually actively returning, but then you want them trying to sync up in the last part of it. And of course, you want to try and go for a return as a solo. I think you always should. But if you are finding yourself just 1 attacking and you're 1 retrieving the flag and then you're playing 2 defensive, you're going to invite too much pressure into that base, and that's exactly what we saw.
Yeah, I think it was. They were just playing too defensive, too far back. You're right. I think the best way, as we'll hold that thought for a minute, is Marco's made it out high left there. He had 2 cover with him. DB's going to pick up this one. Counter grab and a big one by Spinner. They're both going to meet each other high. Kill by Silverwing. Inside the base is DB. They might take the lead right back here. There's 2 were converging. 1 through low and 1 right behind. PUGH could not make the kill. There was 1 directly behind DB on his left side there, who missed the shot, and that's a big-time cap, Lewis. Just over a minute left, and the lead is back in the hands of the brick fucking train right here.
Yeah, you've got Nebu just hiding in the corner. You've got DB out in mid, still putting a little bit of pressure on. I think he's actually just chasing back in actual fact. So, yeah, you don't want anyone attacking at this point. You have to shut this down. Yeah,
you have to. With 1 minute left, you know they're going to be sending everyone as their defender is grabbing right there, Crazy. And as we see, 1 waiting to Cherry, which actually in this particular scenario is a good choice. Cherry picks are one way you're going to need to break through what is for sure going to be 5 defense. For Train right here, so that's a big cap, and that's good for them too. I must say they had a lead all game. They lost the flag standoff, and the game was tied late, and they kept it together, and that was a nice sync up there. I have to say that you saw Nebu. Pretty sure it was Nebu. He pushed up from defense, and he met them right at the high exit right there. That was some nice teamwork. They synced up quite well, Lewis, on that run, and it looks like they're going to win map number 1 right here.
Yeah, Nebu again, like, when you're pushing up from that position, being in that base, and then you're pushing up to there that early, yeah, great intuition, great push up. It's not over yet though, still 5 seconds, still a lot to... Ooh, is it going to be any grabs? No, I think it's it.
No, yet there's a couple inside the base. They might get a last second one right there. Spinner does. Oh, Crazy End! Oh my god, he made an ultra kill. He's out on the right side. He's got 2 cover right here. It's going to be dropped there on the right side mid. Saltos has it. It's going to be dropped once again. Spinner has it. He dies. Where is PUGH? He can't do it. And Nebu. It does get the return. It looked like we might get a crazy finish right there. His time had expired, but they got a last second grab. Clutch grab by Crazy and on the ultra kill. They made it out mid, Lewis, but they couldn't chain it together. PUGH was nowhere to be seen. He couldn't get a good spawn, I suppose. And close chance there, but it will be the fucking train taking down their map pick of Perkson right here.
Yeah, it's good, always good to put your stamp on map one, get your map pick in, get the win on it, and then everything else. I mean, you can afford to be a little bit defensive here. You can play slower. It opens up a lot more options when it's a best of 3 and you win the first map.
Oh,
Especially when
absolutely.
it's your map pick.
It's critical too, Lewis, in this particular match, I think, because Overflow is going to be very difficult to beat PUGH on. Yes, I think that's generally the case. It's probably his. I don't know. Would you say it's his best map? I would say it's probably his best attacking
100%.
map, right?
Yeah, this is a map which you do have to play a bit more open-minded as a defender as well. You don't want to try and commit too much early on, and that's what he makes you do on this map. He makes you try and commit early to try and find that info, but he's never there. So this is definitely one of the best map, I think, in his arsenal.
Absolutely, and I actually did cast PUGH earlier this season. I don't recall what team they were playing against, but they did play Overflow, and it was kind of funny. Like we're talking about PUGH and how great he is on this map, which he is, but in that particular game, it was actually Spitter who completely carried the game. It was unbelievable. He had like no frags, but he was just grabbing non-stop. I can't remember maybe someone in chat remembers who he was, what team they were playing against, but Spitter was just unstoppable, grabbing non-stop and getting flags out to mid, and he was actually critical right there. So if he can have a performance like that again, it's gonna be good for PUGH to force the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, and can I just say, we've started 2 maps within 21 minutes. That's actually probably a record for
that has to be a record
or a cup game. That is incredible, by the way, considering we waited 3 weeks for this fucking game.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, considering that we waited 3 weeks for them to start, they should at least start on time, right? Like, that's a good thing.
They owe us. They owe us.
Typically, the first map would probably just be starting about now. You know, fashionably 20 minutes later, so that's usually about the standard. But anyway, we are underway, and PUGH, they got to win this map, or it'll be their last of the cup. As PUGH, first grab for him right here. He's going to drop it immediately from the portal down to low there. This is the tricky part with PUGH on this map, Lewis, is so often, you know, he'll start through the portal. He almost always will go for that, but then often he'll stall or switch to the outer sides, and it becomes a mental thing where you're almost expecting him to stall and do that. So when he does a run like we just saw, where he immediately tries to get out low, that can throw you off because you're kind of expecting the stall, right?
Yeah, I think as well. Oh wow, what a shot from DB! He has this flag right now.
Yeah, it's a nice looking flag run so far. Did try to get it towards low, crazy, and came in from behind right there though, and that one will be returned.
Yeah, this map will be fast paced. Oh, my Spitter's nearly out here. Oh my god.
That's what I mean. Spitter, like, no one could track him on this map. I don't get. I'm watching him now. I don't think they know he's even here right now. He's gonna sneak into. Oh, they do know, but it's Spitter. He'll take him down. We're gonna watch him right here. There goes Hinder, sent to hell, but Silverwing, right there, and they're gonna take down the big Spitter this time. And pretty good start so far, as we have to see on Overflow, Lewis. I know a lot of people not a huge fan of this map. I personally love it, and it's for this reason.
I love it. I totally agree. I actually really like this map, believe it or not, just because it's so chaotic. And just to go back to a point as well with PUGH as well, I think you need to dedicate someone to a specific side where they look to try and flush out information. He's not been there. Oh my god, he's completely unseen here. Oh no, not anymore.
He was finally seen, but that flag was actually... Oh, big return by DB. He came from main and cut it off right there. That was a scary try there for PUGH. As PUGH, he left casually out that left side, and he was not seen till he was near mid. This is actually a cherry pick as we watch Spitter. He is seen trying to get out towards right there. Marco going to take him down. And yet another cherry pick, and this gets really frustrating to deal with on this map, Lewis. It's for sure the most effective map to cherry pick on right here. It always works well, and it appears to be the total game plan of PUGH's. We just watched all 3 of them in sequence cherry pick each other. And I think that's going to be what they go for.
Yeah, I think when you're playing against like a 2D, 3D, one fallback situation, I think that's the only thing that you can really do on this, because you are going to have someone spawn, you are going to have a teammate eventually, even if you just stall for another sort of 3 seconds. But I'd like to see a bit more kind of flushing out with the trains as well. Again, I was saying, just dedicate someone aside, flush the base out, you don't really want to give all that space to Putz.
No, you can't. And they also need to get some offense going, as we saw a bit of it right there. DB nearly making it low mid. You can tell they've been kind of hemmed inside their base. There's been a lot of fallback needing to come in due to all the cherry picks. You look at the grab difference. We got 8 for PUGH and only 3 for the train. So, you know, it's one of those things where attack pressure really takes over on a map like this. The team that's a nice entry here as we watch DB with a monster kill. Beautiful stuff by DB so far. He's trying to leave it on the left side right here. Can he pull up any cover? He switched it to main and then back. I don't know about that switch. He should have perhaps kept it left. That was a nice try by DB though. And to finish that thought, I think getting the attack pressure is a better way to help your defense on this map. You got to get some pressure off your own base, force the other team to fall back a little bit. As we watch Spitter try to switch it up right here to the right side. Oh, that's a big cover kill by Putsy on the double. They're trying to leave it outright. Kill by Nebu. Are they going to pick up that one? Putsy had an ultra kill, but that was returned, and furious pace to start right here, Lewis.
Yeah, it's just endless at the moment. Spitter put a hell of a lot of pressure, and he's made it low though.
Oh, made it low mid on his side. He did a little bit of an Onidor move right there, and that's going to be the cap. You see that? He did the little swipe down to the floor, look up, little thing that Onidor always does.
Yep.
And Spitter, we talked about him before the match happened. He was critical in their overflow win earlier in the group stage, and that's a big cap and a first lead of the match for PUGH with 10 minutes left to go. So still a lot of time here on overflow, but they're going to need to open things up a little bit. I don't know. Did you happen to check, Lewis? Was it 3 base D again, Nebu, Silverwing, and Hinder to start the game? It must be, right? Or there's just no grabs coming from the third guy, if not.
Yeah, I think they've been pinned back too much in their base. I don't think they can physically really get out, to be fair. Even if they were to push another offense, they're just pinned too far back in. So you'd like to see probably DB just slow this game down a little bit. I mean, he is the only kind of spearhead in this team at the moment, the only kind of one that can W key and get out. So you're probably relying on that a little bit too much at the moment.
Yeah, it seems so. I'm trying to confirm here. Where is Silverwing?
Yeah,
Here he is. So it looks like as though Silverwing. I haven't actually checked him at all up until now. So it looks like he's kind of attacking now. We'll watch him fall back against Putsy right here, trying to leave it on the right side. I have a feeling he perhaps started on D. He did have the 3 flag kills, and now they're going to have to run 3 attack. A Spitter dropped it catwalk. Oh, I think someone missed the dodge right there. Was that returned? No, it's still there.
No,
2 people just missed the dodge on red. What is happening? They finally get it. Oh, my.
The trains.
The train. They are falling off the cliff like a heavy-ass train right there. It's Spitter. Grab number 8. 8, Lewis. It's a repeat of what I told you. Putsy's going to pick up that run, and they're inside their base again on the right side. There's a nice kill by Marco. Spitter was there, of course, to pick it up. Kill by Nebu inside the back of the base towards the right side. Can they pick up the... Oh, it's a big return, Lewis, by Nebu.
Yeah, thank God Nebu pushed all the way back from there as well. Followed the long way around. Managed to get it up in the end. Lucky with the spawns there, but you need it here.
Indeed, and... what do they do? I love how PUGH is keeping the pressure up instead of getting more defensive with the lead. That's what you want to do with this much time left, and especially on a map like Overflows. Silverwing just had his first grab of the game. Putsy in the meantime, he's going to make it low mid. That's a big kill by Nebu there, but you see him and Spitter. Putsy's about to be tied with him in 10 grabs apiece, and that's a ton. Putsy's made it up low mid.
Worrying.
7, 8, 9 grabs total combined for the trains. Spitter and Putsy by themselves each have more than the whole team combined. Is Spitter inside his base low? Where is DB? He's actually made inside his base, Lewis. And we might get a cross steal, and we are going to get one here. And needless to say, yet another critical one right now.
Yeah, that's the only real sort of threat that they've posed on this flag stand, and trying to get it out as well is just kind of the counter grab. So maybe... I mean, it worked before. It might be... we did the same thing on... what was it? Prixon. Exact same thing, where they both grabbed at the same time, and that was the only realistic opportunity that they had.
That is true, yeah.
It is possible that this is the game plan to try and counter... this heavy attack from PUGH.
Yeah, indeed. And, I mean, hey, it worked. They got themselves a flag standoff at the very least, and... this is going to be huge right here. I wonder... I wonder what PUGH is doing if they're trying to play it super defensive the way we saw Train do it on Brixen. Basically only returning with 1. I see Putsy's definitely on return. Crazy N is defending. Spitter has the flag. Saltos is defending. What is Monster doing? That's the key. So, yeah, they are. It looks like Lewis.
I think they're returning with 3, by the way.
Train is?
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
which...
No.
Oh, Putsy just got the return! Oh, what inside the base here? In behind. Oh, he gets the kill on the TV. Of course, Spitter does. The overflow god. And, you know, we got into the topic there. It looked like PUGH was making a similar mistake that Train did in the standoff on Brixen. Over-defending, and they did defend with everyone except for Putsy, but it worked because Putsy got the return quick, and now he's inside his base here low, dead in front of their portal. He's going to be killed again by Nebu. Dead is Spitter, still laying there. Can Putsy pick up this one? Killed again by Hinder. It's still laying there. Crazy got it. It fell through the portal. It's going to be on the flag stand in there as you watch everyone going for it, and Putsy did get it, and it's now 3-0. And oof, Lewis, this is why I questioned the map ban by Marco. They banned Command. Overflow seemed like the obvious one. Is the game is getting away from them now. Is Putsy's already inside his base again here. It's going to be 4-0. And what do you do now, Lewis? Think about the tiebreaker, I suppose.
You got to use it as a kind of springboard platform. Is to, if you can, you're obviously not going to win this game unless a miracle happens. You still got to try for it. But at the end of the day, if you don't let many more caps out, which it looks like they're going to do, well, maybe not now. You don't want to keep giving away these caps. If you can keep it at 4-0 for the next 5 minutes, it's just a little bit of a confidence builder for, you know, the next map that you can actually hold them.
Yeah, for sure. And
it's too defensive. I think it's just been too defensive the entire time.
I agree. And you can't play. You got to play to the map at the lineup too, right? You can't play that way on Overflow for sure. But I think what you say is true. They're probably just going to want to. I mean, let's face it. Like this map is probably with under 5 minutes left, 4-0 lead. It's very unlikely they'll come back. But if they can make some good stuff happen, perhaps get a cap or two for themselves, get some positive stuff happening leading into the tiebreaker, I think that might be the key here. As you see the red flag still dead inside the base of PUGH on the right side. Saltos did pick up this one, and we might see cap number 5 here, and it looks like we're going to. Oh, big kill by Hinder coming through the portal. But, oh, he gets boosted. It's not going to matter, though, Lewis. And to add insult to injury, Putsy waiting to cherry pick as well.
Yeah. You go that one cap down, you're having to try and force that a little bit more. There was no kind of break in any rhythm whatsoever. They just kept letting them come in one by one. It makes me question how they were getting in. I know you had Marco kind of just crawling the mid a little bit, but you've also got the defenders that can see everything and be able to call everything as well. So it kind of makes me wonder how it was always managing to one cherry pick after the other. You're always going to have some sort of info. So it'd be interesting to see to hear what was going on in the comms.
Yeah, indeed, for sure. And got to give props to Putsy here. I mean, he's their best player. It's an elimination game on his best map, and he's definitely coming through right here. 89 kills, 52 I, 57 F, 15 grabs, 2 caps, and he's obviously been huge in this win here to what looks for sure to be forcing a tiebreaker game. And I just got to go back to it, Lewis. I don't like the map ban. They banned Command. You know, like I said, these two teams played each other in group stage in the bye-week cross match, and they played Command, and it was a very close game. But PUGH won 3-2. It's not as though it was some blowout game. I mean, you look at the lineup for Train, it doesn't look that bad to Command for me. And you know,
yeah, I was gonna say actually, they look like a really solid team on paper on Command, so it is quite a surprising one.
It's a surprising one. It should be obvious, no? I mean, it was obvious to me anyway that Overflow is going to be PUGH's best team. I mean, generally you're going to want to ban it. Putsy crunching around with the flag here. But generally you're going to want to ban away the opposing team's best map pick unless you feel real confident on it, which, I don't know, perhaps they felt like they were going to be good on Overflow. I have no idea, but seems to me to be a bit of a mistake right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought process is for it. I'm totally with you. I would have banned this in a heartbeat. It depends how the bans went, really. honestly, I don't even really know. Is Entropic in the list? Was that banned? Or like,
No,
is ranking being played in this?
so if I forget who banned first, but in any case, Putsy banned Sprinta, and Marco banned Command, which both of those maps, it's 6-0 by the way, who cares about the game anymore? Both those maps were played in the previous match when they played against each other during group stage. Sprinter was the map. It went to all 3 maps when they played each other on the group stage, and all maps were decided by only 1 cap. And Sprinter was the map that was won by Train. So I mean, that ban makes some sense from Putsy. But the Command one, like, it was barely lost 3-2, like I said. And you have to know that if you ban that, you're going to be playing Overflow. Like, that should be very obvious. So I don't get it. I think that's a definite mistake. There's obviously no debating that they would have had a better chance to win on Command than on Overflow, as we see the beatdown that has happened right here.
And Nanny makes a good point, actually. I did see this, whether it's true or not, is Nebu's actually playing on a laptop in a hotel Wi-Fi at the moment. So yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, performance ain't that bad, to be honest with you. It's not
considering,
the worst,
yeah.
Considering it's pretty good, but
it'd be even harder on a fast-paced map like Overflow, right? Though, to deal with that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. But the thing is as well, you can argue about map picks and everything like that, but it still doesn't take away the fact that the tactics were not just on, and it going back, it just makes me think of how the comms were at the start of the game. That it should have been called, no doubt, but unless the angles were all wrong, the timings were all wrong, the defenders weren't synchronized. You have to be so in sync as defenders in this map, and if you're just slightly off with your timings, the peak and everything,
it is very true.
Yeah, you can't play one back, one forward. You do both have to play the standard default in that little elbow.
Yep.
On the mid. That's where you get all the info. So it boggles my mind a little bit.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. They did seem definitely out of sync together there. And I think they definitely tried to play too defensive to start the game. As you saw, the grabs were just getting out of control, because it's one of those maps where you can throw a bunch of guys on D, but it's going to be hard to stop them from grabbing. And if you don't have the pressure yourself to force the other team to fall back, you're just going to get overwhelmed, and that's exactly what we saw. Oh.
Yeah.
Bolty asking for an unban. I suppose I can finally unban you. I forgot you were still banned.
Can you unban him?
Or maybe I should do a poll in the chat whether to unban him or not, and perhaps that's the proper way to do it. Where the heck? My OBS is all fucked up. I don't have anything in here anymore.
I wouldn't want to be Bolty facing that vote, right? I'm also receiving information from PSA Casper that this is a message to K1. Please unban him. That's all. That's all I need to say.
I'm going to attempt to not have an opinion on that. What? Bolty, what the fuck's your username, dude? Your Twitch username?
Boltronics, I think. Or like something like that. Effie Lord with an IE.
Okay, but it's definitely not Boltronics. Anyway, let's see what's going on in the tiebreaker map bannage stuff. So the first map ban for Chromaniac was Anfra, and Tropic was the first ban of Putsy, and now Chromaniac has just banned Rune, and Iztak was taken out by Putsy, so we're eliminating the maps pretty quickly right here.
That's quite a surprise from Butts removing his tag. That's generally a good match for him as well.
Yeah, I was surprised by that as well. He's pretty powerful on attack there for sure. So, and then now Nuance was taken out by Chromaniac, so we're left with Acrony, Dooku, Grudge, and Klondike.
If you're the trains here, you want to be aiming for Dooku. That's such a good map for them with their setup.
Yeah, I would agree, because they should have a bit more frag power overall, right? I would say.
Yeah, and it's kind of with the 50-50 kind of maps like that as well, it really goes down to who has that extra bit of quality, and especially Putzi can pull it out of the bag, DB can pull it out of the bag, Marco can pull it out of the bag. So you've got, you don't really see anyone on that PUGH team that can really break through that defense really, if it's just Putzi, because Monster's going to be mainly playing a mid spitter. You know, it doesn't really have the frag power to contest with the entire team of trains, so Dooku's a really good pick for them.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I suppose Putzi doesn't agree because he banned Acrony. So, although Putzi is gonna have the final pick here, so Acrony's banned. So we got Dooku, Grudge, and Klondike. Chromaniac's gonna take out one of those, and then it'll be up to Putzi
to take out Grudge.
Yeah,
and he take out Grudge.
Yeah, and he did. He just did take out Grudge. So it's gonna be Dooku or Klondike, and I don't know. What do you think Putzi's gonna go with? It's hard, tough call actually.
I think he's going to go for Klondike. I mean, Monster's always going to be saying Dooku, Dooku, Dooku. You know that for a fact. Same with Saltos, because he's Portuguese. It's in their DNA.
That is true.
So, I think he's going to pick Klondike.
I think I agree actually. I think, and especially after everything you said about Dooku, it would be a logical choice.
Yeah, I think it's a really smart choice to go for Klondike. I don't you're going to be not alone as such, that's not the way I want to really put it, but you are going to be the spearhead of everything you do in Dooku. Talking in behalf of Putz here, but you've got a lot more options for attacking wise on the train team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Bolty is on ban. Nani, if he says anything unacceptable, just ban him immediately.
He's gone already.
Good work, Nani. I fully support your decision. Bolty was completely out of line there, right? Putzy typing. We're about to get the official pick. Oh, he banned Klondike.
Oh, I don't know.
It's going to be Dooku, Lewis, the one that you thought was much better for the Big Crow. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I don't know what the mindset is, but you are definitely more equipped for a Klondike game.
You know what the mindset is, Lewis. You just said it a minute ago. It's Monster being always Dooku, bro, and Salto same thing. That's where it came in.
Alright, someone handcuffs the Dino just in case, because
yeah, maybe that's why actually.
I'm not gonna lie, it's looking a bit fishy.
If Saltos is all of a sudden standing mid all game, we'll know for sure what's going on there.
Okay.
With that being said, this could of course go either way. I do agree that I feel like Klondike would have been a bit better for them, but it's, I mean, you look at their team, it's not as though they have a bad Dooku team.
Yeah, it's not a bad Dooku team at all. Like, it's a really solid team on any map, to be honest with you, but I just feel like when it comes down to Dooku, you need that player that can just make a double monster, get out, get to base. You know, you need that, but you've got two of those on the train team. You only have one. So you're completely outnumbered, and you know for a fact that DB is not going to let that guy run, and also Marco is not going to let that guy run. I'd like to see them not play so negative tactics this time. I'd like to see a bit more attacking. I'd like to see Marco pushed up a little bit more, because I think Marco's actually a really good attacker, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And understands the game well. So I'd like to see him push more.
I 100% agree, Lewis, and you know, we'll see if they do. It's easy to know what PUGH is going to do. It's going to be the same thing. It's Crazy and Saltos D. Monster is going to be Monster, and you got Spitter Putzy grabbing. I think the trains need to play a little bit less scared. Like, on Overflow, they played scared. You know what I mean? And that's not...
Yes.
That's not the path to success, I don't think, for them here. So I totally agree. You know, you still need to have a defensive mindset, but I think the whole key is just what we said at the beginning before Prixon. Focus Putzy. You shut down Putzy, you take away pretty much all of their attacking threat, especially on a map like Dooku, like you said, where you do need some power to get that flag mid. I will say though, Lewis, I don't know how much you've played the new Dooku, but it's definitely easier to get the flag out mid now without having to pull off a crazy play like you were talking about. So
Yeah.
that might allow them to get out as well, aside from Putsy.
I'd like to see some boosting in here as well. Boosting is so strong here. I think people seriously underrate it. Especially in the base, for example, when you both spawn stairs and you get that boost into the low mid. I think it's completely underrated. You completely blindside the high attacker, you force a one-on-one, and by the time that the other attacker comes into the base, maybe high, you've got a little bit of a crossfire going on should that low player make that frag. You've got that cover ready and waiting for you. So timing-wise, it makes sense. Boosting out of mid as well, boosting into the stairs, everything that you can possibly think of to really get that aggression going.
Yeah, no, it's a great call, and I think as the low defender, anytime you can push out a bit and, you know, like you say, make a boost into high, just get that pressure inside the base quicker, it's going to be helpful. You know, the new Dooku too, I like. I have to say, there's just more options for flag runs, which the map needed. You know, when you come outstairs now, a lot of people will take this new tunnel through low into their stairs. It's a lot easier to stall if you take the high left, this new area here. You can drop it down, you can go through, switch it to high mid. There's a lot more options now in Dooku, which I know a lot of people initially didn't like, but I think the map needed it, and it should, for sure, in cup matches especially, open things up a bit, I hope, and we'll see more grabbing than we'd normally be used to on this map.
I think generally we are seeing more grabbing happening, especially for the high right tunnel as well. I think that's opened up a lot more opportunity as well.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what the map needed, Lewis. It just needed one more avenue of attack into that flag room. And I think it's made a big difference, and certainly should be the case here in cup matches for sure. As we're going to start off with Putsy. As the game's underway, Lewis, this is a big tiebreaker. Whoever wins this is moving on to face the big fucking BAM squad, who is the team that I'm picking to win the cup, and I want them to win. Actually, I like that team. So we'll see what happens here. But big match to be played right here. Anyone's game, win or go home. And who do you got? Who do you like? I mean, you said before, when we were doing the map bans, that you did kind of prefer Marco's team for Dooku in particular. Are you sticking with that? Are you picking them to win Dooku?
I am, yeah, and it's nice to see as well, as it's like Marco was listening, he, as soon as he spawned, went into the base, got the grab, got the multi-kill, got to mid with DB as well. The timing was really good there, so I'm looking forward to seeing him push up a little bit more and kind of turn off that defensive mindset. If anything, you probably even just want, if you want a 3D situation, have Silverwing in base, for example, attack with 2.
Yeah, no, for sure that can work. And it looks as though Silverwing is perhaps doing that. He's moving out towards mid now, but he's definitely playing more defensive. So Marco is full attacking. So it is him and DB like then, it would appear.
Yeah, I 100%. This is probably the most optimal way that they could play this map. I'm expecting big things here.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good choice, Lewis, and a great point. And you could see, like, it makes a big difference with the fragging, right? Like, and you need to have that frag power attack, so it's logical to put Marco and DB together right here as we watch DB bounce it up to the high left. Putsy does have the flag as well, but DB's left mid, and can he make a kill right here? He's made a left mid. Where is Putsy? That flag, Putsy's gonna land on the flag. They're gonna meet each other right here. Killed by Marco. It's returned by Nebu. Can they pick up that flag? Is that flag still on the stairs? It is. Marco has it. Nebu has it now, and it's returned. Wow.
I mean, I respect Putsy's balls to go for that, to be honest with you. That's a play that I would make. I 100% agree with that play. They never expect it for you to go to the same side. So I absolutely love that play. Didn't get the frag, did actually miss. But definitely the right choice.
It ended up being the right choice. That is risky as hell. I mean, he could have, I think for sure, gone out the opposite side and forced a flag standoff, but he went for the big balls play and got the return. So gotta respect that as we watch him attack in through high right here. See if he can pick up another grab. He does. Number 4 already, by the way. DB has his third. He's trying to make it out towards high mid right here. He picked up a boost from Marco, but it was not a good one. They're going to drop it down left. Can Marco pick up that flag? He dodged by it. What did...
No!
He dodged by it twice after failing the boost out high. That was not a good sequence for Marco right there. Oofarino.
And it goes to show as well, you're seeing PUGH the only one really making any progress into that red base, and you're seeing DB and Marco syncing up really well. So it's exactly how I called it pre-game. So
yeah. No, it's a great point.
Really.
It's a great point, Lewis. It is so important on a map like Dooku, and having those two together is going to be the best way. As here comes Spitter, he's definitely not going to be grabbing like he did on Overflow, as he does not have the frag power. Monster is typically not going to be grabbing much, period. As you watch Putsy, he might make it up. Maybe landed on an opponent's head right there, and then somehow he didn't even seem to know. Salto's pushed way up to grab that. And I guess that's going to be part of their strategy to try to offset what you were just talking about, Lewis, is perhaps their defenders are going to really aggressively push up, as we saw Saltos was almost inside the enemy base right there, pushing for that flag. As Putsy, he's going to drop it, and he's going to make it towards left mid. Nice shot by Hinder. It's dead on the entrance and returned right there. So close chances by both teams. The grabbing overall, we do have to point out, is in favor of PUGH currently, as only DB registering 3 grabs right now, and nothing for Marco just yet.
Yeah, Marco's just kind of the cover guy at the moment as well, but I'm going to have a look at Monster here just to see. Okay, Monster looks like he's playing in base as well. Is he defending? It looked like he was actually tracking back into base. Like, no, he's not.
He has attacking. 1 grab. Yeah, it looks like he...
Okay, he's DM.
He's just doing monster things. This is about what Yeah. That's good to boost. I mean, if he's doing stuff like that, that's good. Boosting teammates in. But yeah, looks like he's playing more of a full mid here. He's just now finally entering the opponent's base and kind of distracting the defense, and the fallback is there. So yeah, I mean, clearly it's going to be up to Putsy and perhaps Spitter to get the flag out mid, and they're hoping to have mid controlled by Monster out there. We'll see if that works.
And here's a synchronicity again. DB going down though, not run to his partner,
but a nice pickup. The fallback's here. He's going to try to make it towards high mid. As Marco DB is here, and Nivu pushed all the way up. Instead, high mid. He's going to pick that one up. It's laying up there. Where did that go? Oh, but Saltos returned it, and that was looking promising. That was a nice push up by Train right there. Perhaps they should have dropped it left. It's hard to, I mean, hindsight 2020, but I generally. Yeah, go ahead, finish your thought there.
I was about to echo the same thought you were about to say as well. I do prefer the drop down there just because of the where the spawns are as well. I mean, you can have the one spawn high mid, that's about it. You've got the bounce pad, you're an easy kill. So I 100% agree.
Yeah, it's the ability to pick up the flag if you die, right? That's the issue with staying high mid all the way. It's why typically I'll always drop it. I think perhaps because they did have a lot of cover there, they thought it was best to stay high, which I mean, I respect it. I think in a general sense, they probably would have been better off dropping it there and perhaps trying to boost in. But anyway, close try by Train there. First cap is going to be, needless to say, very important here on this tiebreaker map, and especially being that it's Dooku. The first cap is going to be huge, so who's going to do it? That's the big question right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of working for both teams at the moment. They are both kind of seeing success. They are having flags to mid, so stalemate at the moment. I would like to see DB try and run the spawns a little bit more when Marco's in and around him, just to kind of block blocking is just as important as the spawn kills here. So I'd like to see a little bit more from that from DB. He's kind of going W key send mode, which, you know, I'm a big fan of anyway. The whole W key.
Oh yeah, full attack. I mean, that is definitely the most respectful way to play, and yeah, what you're saying is true. I mean, that is important. Perhaps that's the role that Marco was trying to play more of. Watching DB here, it appears he is more in full send, trying to get the grabs and the flags out, and Marco perhaps trying to focus a bit more on covering and mid control and perhaps blocking some of those spawns, like you say. For now, though, the pace of the game has slowed down a bit. We saw a lot of grabbing early on, but as time ticks away, you know, each team is going to get more nervous about giving up that first cap, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing here, is the grabs have really dried up.
Yeah. Well, seeing both of them in the same base again, so it's going to be DB that grabs his flag again, but it's going to be too much fallback here, surely. Makes it 1 kill.
4 in the flag room there for PUGH, so that is tricky. And yeah, they did sync up nicely there, as they have several times. But it's going to be up to one of them to kind of try to control the spawns a little bit, like you said, just to allow, like, it's, you know, the hardest part is just that initial getting it out of the flag room, because at least from there you have some options to stall and juke and find a way to get that flag mid, but it's that initial getting the grab and getting out of the flag room is going to be the hardest part here, and that's what we're seeing. So finally another grab by PUGH. It's going to be PUGH, grab number 6. Going to stall it up in the high left. He's going to make... He was just seen by Nebu, and the one-on-one is on right here, and Nebu's going to lose that one. Oh, big shot by Hinder from down below. That's going to be probably returned. PUGH's making his way back towards it, though. Was that even returned? Or... Oh, Nebu just died on it, and so does Silverwing. I think they're finally going to get it now, and there they go. Ooh. Stressful stuff, Lou. Stressful stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more variance with this flag as well. Like, I'm not really seeing too much elbow usage here, and we're just seeing the kind of the high right and base. We're not really seeing too much variance here. We're not seeing a straight run to mid. We're not seeing really someone bouncing up high in the base. It's all the same stuff at the moment. Monster again doing the same thing, but...
Well, he started elbow at least, Lewis. I mean, he listened to you a little bit. He started elbow. He does have PUGH here with him, and he's going to finally live up right side. He's got a ton of cover out here, right, man? Big kill on a Hinder. That flag's going to be laying right there. Saltos just had it briefly crazy, and you see them fighting over it. It's killed by... Oh, someone just dodged. Who was that? Saltos, I think.
Saltos.
Yeah, Saltos dodged right by it. He pulled the Chromaniac and dodged right by the flag. As Marco, here comes grab number 4. He's going to come out towards the left side. He's going to make it left mid. Saltos, in the meantime, he has the flag. Oh, no, it's PUGH, rather. And that other flag was returned. PUGH's going to drop it towards right mid. Silverwing also... Oh, that blue flag is still mid. And Nebu actually has it. Hinder on the pickup. It's towards their stairs right here, and they've made it. He's being body blocked to absolute oblivion. There's one to face. Hinder's a big kill by PUGH. One inside the base on the right side, though. This is getting awkward. There's one in main, and it's scored.
Oh, the boost.
Oh my, that was some super awkward anti-clutch shit, but they got it done somehow. That looked for sure, Lewis, like it was going to be saved in the flag room. As there was beams flying behind him from behind there on the stairs. You saw a guy entering in through their right. There was another guy in through main, but somehow they managed to pull off the cap, and 4.5 minutes left. It's a 1-0 lead. PUGH trying to answer right now as he's juking everywhere, but he ran right into the big fucking Hinder. And Hinder's going to slam that flag home. And what is Monster doing now, Lewis? Because surely he's going to have to start actually attacking.
Yep. Yeah, you have to go forward now. They have to do the conventional 2D 3-0. There's no other way now. I mean, they were doing the 2-0 anyway. Spitter's kind of dried up a little bit in the frags. And this is exactly as I called it earlier. It's just puts it really the only one giving the pressure at the moment. And, you know, DB Marco bringing that one out again, synchronizing. And then... they do get the stairs spawns as well, so leaving out that side team stairs is where most of the spawns are going to be. Is the easier way to grab hold of that flag and retain it. So really good. Passing the baton, should I say? I think everyone touched that flag. Yeah,
no, that was quite the team effort there. There was a lot of pickup and drops, and a nice job for them to convert that. And what you were just saying with PUGH is completely true. I mean, he needs help on attack. He's been the only one grabbing for the most part and getting flags out, and you see he's kicked it up a notch. He's attacking even harder. I will say though, he needs to mix it up a bit. He's I think on every one run, or at least the mass majority of them, he's bounced it up into that new high right area, stalled for a moment, and then drop it down to his team's left, and you can see the other team is kind of waiting for that now. So I think if he did a quick run out to the right side and perhaps utilize that tunnel, might be something to try. Is he's being a bit too predictable right now as we watch him attack in through elbow. Lewis, if you could have a quick check on Marco, is he playing more defensive now? I'd imagine that he is for sure, at the very least mid, I would guess.
No, so it's actually DB the one that's fallen back, so it's Marco is still attacking.
Interesting. Okay, so they're doing Marco, I'm assuming solo pressure. As you see, we just saw Crazy N grabbing, by the way, so what is Saltos doing? Are they running a full 5 attack here, I wonder?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Crazy N is attacking as well.
And Saltos, it appears, also is. He's awkwardly bouncing around through mid here, but yeah, they think they have a full 5 attack, and just over 2 minutes for the fucking train squad to try to hang on here and pull what is, I think, most people would consider an upset. As PUGH, they won their group and they've been pretty dominant throughout the cup, and It looks, well, let's not jinx it, 'cause anything can still happen, but they're in a good spot right here. Watching Saltos currently. Nice entry through the elbow. He was unseen, but Nibu there, and this is going to get difficult as Dooku, even with the changes, you get a lot of people inside that flag room and one mid. It is still very difficult to get a flag out of there.
I love this from Silver. Oh, he gets found, but I love this.
You know what? It kills some time, though. It takes pressure off his base, because you know what? Two people fell back on him right there. And that's why in these sorts of things, having any grab in these final moments is actually huge. It helps take off pressure off your own base so much. As we're watching Saltos trying to answer here, he's made it left mid. And what is he doing? He's going to finally go back to left. Someone's trying to boost him and missing him repeatedly. It's crazy, and he has somehow made it inside his base. DB picked up that flag. Oh no, it's going to be killed by Crazy, and Silverwing has it. Are we going to get a cross steal, Lewis? It looks like we're going to. As, wow, they managed to get a flag out, and Silverwing trying to get his flag up to his high right here, and he has, and wow, they do manage to pull it off in the final minute, and, well, this is massive. PUGH obviously has to win this cross steal to try to force overtime, otherwise, Team Train gonna win the match and move on in the cup to face BAM as we watch Marco. Nice double kill on the entry. Can he get that? Oh! Nearly landed on that flag, and what are they doing? I wonder, Lewis, do they have Marco on solo return? I wonder if they're going to play...
No, we've got, who is this in their base as well? Can't see it at the moment. It is, I don't know who this is. I think they're two returning. Now is not the time to go return, I think. Now, 30 seconds left. I think you got to maybe keep the one pressure in mid, keep the info.
Yes, precisely that. That's the way I would do it. I'd have your standard... two covering the flag carrier inside the flag room. I have one guy mid, and you know, and if it's something where, you know, you kill the two returners, go for a quick push, try to get a sneak return, something like that. But yeah, we'll see how this ends up working out. Both flags dying repeatedly here. Oh, that was nearly a return by Blue right there. Let's check in with Putsy. Under 2 minutes left. It is advantage time, by the way, so Train just has to kill out the clock. They should, and if they can, they will wait. It looks like it's gonna be returned, and it is by Spinner. Oh, kill off the standby Marco! Brick fucking wall is Marco. The save to end the game. They got the return. You saw Putsy boost in Spinner for the return, and it was big fucking Marco training his way through main, makes the shot high, the double kill. And he saves the flag, saves the season for his team, and eliminates the fucking Putsy right out of the cup. And great job by him right there. And what a performance. And great call, Lou. That was the key on Dooku right there. We just saw it.
It's almost like I'm, you know, Coach Dooku Dusik at the moment. So, you know, it's just things, you know. No, honestly, like, taking it away. To be honest, PUGH put in a really good fight. They nearly returned that as well. Both of them had really good opportunities the entire game. It was a close game. You also saw, I think it was DB and Marco returning at the end there, by the way. Hindsight as well, that there is an option, you know, once base is clear, that PUGH can just drop the flag in their base and just absolutely go for it with, you know, the overtime it's going to end anyway, one way or another. So you could just drop the flag somewhere in the base and then have all five return and try and suicide back. You know,
yeah,
there
true.
is that option there as well.
That is true.
But I think overall the better team won. I think they were just well better set up and balanced on Dooku for them to get the win. So again, map picks been a bit of an iffy story in this game.
Yeah.
Both sides kind of fumbling the bag on one map each for a map pick, but overall a really good game, actually, quite an entertaining one.
Yeah, really good match overall. It went to a tiebreaker the same way it did when they played each other in the group stage, and it's true. It's a super important thing as a captain. Banning and picking the right maps is huge, and we saw mistakes from each team, which directly led to a loss. One way or another, that was an excellent match, and I mean, of course, Lou knew who was going to win. He's the Dooku god. He's the Dooku CEO. He knows who's going to win Dooku, and he called Marco to win that one, and good call right there, Lewis. And excellent match, and thanks again. I hope everyone enjoyed having the casting desk back in the saddle. Perhaps we'll reunite again before this cup is done.
Yeah, sure. We'll reunite in December 2036 when the final is finally played.
Yes, for sure. I mean, we might be waiting some time. We'll see what happens, but either way, Lewis, thank you for joining me, my man. It was an excellent cast, and always appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, my man.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching, and take care. We'll see you in the next one.